Criminy, oh God almighty, we're back already. I think it's episode 4 this week at the TSK. At this time, we're back to review WWE's Royal Rumble. 4 matches, 4 hours. We're old, we're tired. I know I'm tired. I didn't absolutely hate some of this stuff. Okay, this guy's... See, that's what happens. You gotta take a nap. You gotta pregame. You gotta understand the gimmick. You know, it's DC, it's Harold, it's Rob, it's the boys. We are back all over again because this is how we do. We gotta cover all the fun stuff. And shockingly enough, the Royal Rumble was fun. We have a few qualms about it, as we do, because we as a TSK, we have to do, you know what I'm saying? But, I gotta ask y'all, are we all pretty much on the same page? This is a pretty good show. You give it a nice thumbs up. It was enjoyable, but long.
Yeah, it was fine.
Yeah,
it was fine.
You know, it's tough with multi-man matches with Rumbles. Like, there was an interview. I'm reminded of an interview with Gunther from about like a year or two ago, where he was saying like multi-man matches are hard because everybody's got to get their spots in. But the Rumble matches flowed very nicely. You know, as typical, I think the women's was better, honestly.
Yeah.
Women always show out.
Agree. Yeah, for
Shout out to R-Truth.
R-Truth, the man.
R-Truth making an appearance in both Rumbles, if y'all didn't know.
Attaboy.
And getting eliminated from both.
Of course.
This is true, because, you know, it's how it's got to be. All right, so we speak about the Women's Rumble match. Let's jump right into the Women's Rumble match. There was no pre-show. There was like, you know, how they do show all the videos or whatever. I think there was like a Paul Heyman interview, but none of that was important. But this was fun. We started out with Natalya first, and then, shockingly, the number 2 was the returning Naomi. She's still not signed, so random free agent that just appeared, and the match goes underway. We get Bayley, we get Candice LeRae, we get a big shock that had been like leaked all over the internet, all over the goddamn internet, about Jordynne Grace, the current TNA Knockouts champion, making her way into the Rumble, and she got in, and let's just say that she did work. Let's just, you know what I'm saying? She did some work. She came in, but then we also had Indy Hartwell, Asuka, Ivy Nile, Katana Chance, Bianca Belair, Kairi Sane, Tegan Knox, Kaden Carter, Chelsea Green, Piper Niven, who was just returning as well, Xia Li, not too bad. Zelina Vega always gets a pop. Maxine Dupree, Nia Jax, utterly hated. Everybody hates her. Let's see, Shotzi. We had Becky. Once Becky got in, the momentum of this whole thing changed. It felt like a good little Rumble match that had a nice pace. It's a Rumble match, you know what I mean? And then here comes the stars, you know what I mean? Becky Lynch comes in, Alba Fire, who most people know from NXT UK and a little bit from their NXT days, Shayna Baszler, Valhalla, Mitchum, we had Zoe Stark, Roxanne Perez from NXT, and then finally at number 28, it took forever and a day after her leaving AEW to finally make it a true WWE in-ring appearance. Jade Cargill comes in at number 28. I believe she gets 2 eliminations. We get Tiffany Stratton, and then number 30, another return in Liv Morgan. This, again, shockingly fun, at least towards the end of it. We were all pulling for Bayley. At least I don't know anybody that was feeling any different. Harold, I don't think we really got your pick on that one. Who were you leaning for?
It was Bayley the whole time, baby.
It was Bayley all day.
Bayley with the back knows where it's at, baby.
Yeet.
Tell them the truth, Harold. It is what it is, but it's the truth.
Yeet.
But we walked into it, and we kind of just had this feeling that it was her time. It was Bayley's time, and it worked out that way. It's looking probably like her and what? I'm thinking Rhea Ripley?
No.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. No, it's going to be her and Io Sky,
because
which is kind of some inner turmoil. No?
Not to cut you off. If you noticed it, after the match, you know, they showed both champions backstage. The look on Io's face told it all.
It did.
And honestly, I think with Rhea, realistically, we're probably going to get Rhea versus Becky. I got to imagine Becky's probably going to win the Women's Elimination Chamber, realistically.
Hey, I never thought of that, but that's a good one. I like that.
I mean, that's how I...
Boys, thoughts? Harold, what'd you think?
As far as the Women's Rumble goes, popped hard for Naomi.
Yeah.
I thought that was a great way to start the Rumble. It
Absolutely.
had me smiling from ear to ear as soon as the Rumble started. I had just been a little inebriated at the time, and seeing Naomi come back felt right. It felt good.
Gave you the feels.
Mhm.
Gave you the
Gave me
feels.
the feels.
And you could
just
tell she
enough,
felt
you know. Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Bailey came in looking like $1,000,000, and then she started kind of leaning towards the corners. I was like, okay, Bailey's in it for the long haul. She might be in it for a while. I was hoping for Bailey to win it. Glad to see the result, of course.
Absolutely. Rob, thoughts? Were you? I mean, I'm sure you were like just everybody else had already heard the dang rumor about Jordan Grace, but were you still happy to see Jordan Grace in?
Yeah, definitely happy to see her in. I think as the TNA Knockouts champion, I think this run was better than last year's TNA champion showing up in the Royal Rumble this year. And the fact that they didn't gloss over or tried to hide the fact that Naomi and Jordan Grace did have some history. They did actually mention that Jordan did beat Naomi for that title a couple of times, which I thought was pretty cool. If this is an ongoing thing, I think that would be great. It'll put some more eyes on TNA, which I think is sorely needed because it's not a bad show, and as we talked about the return of TNA, it was a great show, and I think more eyes need to be on that show.
It's worth the watch, as we say. It's worth the watch, and I agree 1,000%.
And just to add, to see the reaction on Naomi's face, like you see her getting emotional and almost in tears. To see that, like, because I'm sure she's wondering, like, how are the fans going to react to me? Because she didn't leave on the best of terms. Let's be real here.
This is true.
To know that the
Stood her ground
fans
and
were
won it out.
happy to see her back, to me, that was cool. Like, you see that she was genuinely touched.
Yeah, no, I agree.
No yeet.
No, I know, right? Glad she's back. She fit again, just as Harold said beautifully. She fits. It works perfectly. Good little push for Jade. I know, yes, she came in late, but she still was a part of the Final Four, obviously. Bailey wins it all. She gets the giant pop, points to the sign, gets the whole fireworks. Happy for her. Again, it looks like it's going to be the inner turmoil battle.
Minutes, bro.
And
Hour
she
and
was
20.
in there, boy.
And can we
That's
just
got to be a Rumble record.
Can we give credit to Jade for picking up Nia like it was nothing?
Like it was Nathan.
And then the look
Like it
on
was
Becky's
Nathan.
face is just like,
That was a look on everybody's face. Everybody was astonished by the true power of Jade Cargill, and I hope that this means that she's getting some real television time, or at least a decent. I mean, she needs a push. Damn it, show her on your television. I'm telling you, she's a superstar. Dude, I'm happy that she made it there. We're glad that she's there. Just fucking use her now. That's it. Just use her. And this was a perfect showing
she
to
has
go off.
been regularly at the Performance Center.
That was a great way to debut, though.
One more time, bub.
That was a great way to debut.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
they made her look like a star.
Yeah, she didn't have to win. She looked like a star. She, the perfect timing for her to come in was against Nia because everybody was booing the shit out of Nia. So whoever was going to come in and eliminate Nia automatically is getting a pop.
Yep.
Triple H used Cargill correctly, had her debut in the Rumble where she doesn't have to do much. She doesn't even have to wrestle for another month and a half and still look great. She knocks out Nia, gets the pop. Can't ask for more.
No.
Dude,
not at all.
I think we get Nia versus Jade at Mania.
Easy.
Yeah. Easily. Yeah, I like that. It fits too well to not do it, damn it. Fits too well. And according to Triple H, there's a new era. So come on, let's use it, the new era. But let's not do this. Let's not use a goddamn Slim Jim commercial to start somebody's entrance. I don't care if he made a cameo in this. The LA Knight thing didn't need the Slim Jim. But Fatal 4-Way, for the undisputed World Heavyweight Championship. Roman Reigns, LA Knight, AJ Styles, Randy Orton. I gotta say it like this because I kept trying to think about how I could express this in words. And this gave me the old school, early 2000s feel. You know what I mean? Big names, guys that were over, four-way match. You're like, you never, I mean, we obviously knew he was going to win. You know, maybe it was like a John Cena, you know, one of those matches, but it was all the big names. The guys that are in the main title picture. It's like, it was just good and nice and refreshing to see that. Obviously, you know, Orton looks like $1 bazillion. Freaking AJ Styles, I don't know how this guy looks younger while getting older. LA Knight seems to just somehow get more and more over by not being used.
Yeah.
I don't understand this.
Yeah.
And Roman is Roman. I mean, you love him, hate him, raise your hand to him, whatever. He's the man. He's the man. It's to be said. This match was fun. This match was fun. It started out really good. It had a good pace. It had good heat. Where it looked like anybody at any given time was hitting a finish on Roman and could easily grab a win, but saves by Orton, saves by AJ. You know, even AJ was getting ready to hit the Styles Clash, and you know, in comes a save by LA Knight. And then just when you think it's, you know, I think that was another instance of when LA Knight was going to win, that's when in comes Solo Sikoa, which we knew was going to happen. And it's one of those things that just it's a catalyst, a normal happening thing, if you will, in Roman matches. The help from the outside. But they ended up going probably another like 4 or 5 minutes, and he ends up winning clean.
And they hit him more.
Not like exactly. So it's like now you have to hate him more. He's going to obviously pass Hulk Hogan's record, which is great at this point. You know, Hogan opened the show, by the way, which we didn't talk about, which we shouldn't have to talk about because I don't want to.
We've talked about enough controversial things this week.
Can we
exactly
for like a couple days at least?
Yeah, that's why we're here doing the review. You know, we're trying to have some fun. This was fun. You know what I mean? Got to keep the fun, boys. So, speaking of the fun, obviously Roman retains. But again, did anybody look bad? That's the question I want to ask. Did anybody actually look bad in this match? And where, with these three men, do we go from here, if anywhere?
I mean, we kind of got what we expected out of this match. This is literally probably the whole main event, you know, majority of the main event scene in WWE right now. Just everybody looked great. And I guess where do we go from here? I don't know. What can we do?
Right, what can we do?
Honestly, I honestly think we're probably going to get LA Knight versus Logan Paul at Mania. And honestly, I could easily see Randy Orton and AJ Styles at Mania.
Just because?
I feel like they'd have a good, good couple matches together.
Wouldn't mind that again.
Yeah, I don't feel like there was any clear direction after the conclusion of this match. Partial, in fact, to the Roman, just he was going to win it. So it's kind of like, I feel like everybody involved, including the fans, know Roman's winning this. It's not going to go anywhere. There's not going to be any big feud from it. LA Knight looked like $1 million, I think, during the match.
Yeah.
So if anybody got build up from that, it was probably him. So the idea of him winning a title, especially from someone like Logan Paul, makes perfect sense. DC, of course. Yeah.
Rob, thoughts?
I'm pretty much in the same boat. I mean, because there was really no clear conclusion or direction after this match ended. I mean, the possibilities are kind of endless. I personally don't like the fact that LA Knight's going after a mid-card title, because this guy's worked his ass off to get where he's at, and just to kind of push him back down the card almost seems criminal. You know, Seth got this whole thing going on. We don't know what's going on with him. Damian Priest has still got this damn briefcase he won't seem to let go of, but that's probably another show for another time. As far as, you know, Randy and AJ go, you know, maybe we should pick up something with Gallows and Anderson. Like we've got the whole OC thing that just kind of went on the back burner. There's a lot of questions there. You know, as far as Randy goes, I mean, it's fucking Randy Orton. You can stick him anywhere, and you know it's going to be money.
Yeah.
Right. Nope, you're right. You can stick Randy Orton anywhere. He's that talented of a guy. Hell, you could probably do the same thing with AJ. But let's keep rocking on this one. I mean, that's the thing. It's like AJ he's a fine puzzle piece. He can fit against anybody at any time. I'm sure you can randomly throw him and Nakamura together just because. Hell, maybe that Okada fella signs by then, and we get another one of these, you know, Japanese redone matches. But maybe this one will actually be good in Okada and AJ. There you go. You're welcome, Triple H. I like my money in paper form. Thank you. So let's talk some title. I'm not. This match could have been so much more.
It started so good,
and it would. Yeah, thank you. It started off so well and was relatively fun. And Logan Paul is way better than he fucking should be, but it was the shit finish that absolutely hurt it. And oh god. But I mean, let's talk about the positives real quick. Again, Logan Paul, for a dude who, again, made his living on YouTube, for all, you know, for those who are that oblivious at this point, he's made all of his money on YouTube. He's done some stupid stuff by going to Japan. We're not going to talk about it, DC. You know what I mean? But the guy's a social fucking media star. Okay, he's a social media star who is also a God-gifted athlete because Jesus Christ, and he's gone in there and he's worked with over-athletic guys like Ricochet. He's worked with just outstanding wrestlers in Seth Rollins. And now another one of these well-rounded guys in Kevin Owens. And it just looks like something that would be on the other show. You know what I mean? As far as in-ring quality. But this fucking finish. Hey.
Oh.
This fucking finish.
When I analyze that a little bit, like, do you have him win it clean? And then what if he had? Wouldn't that have kind of made Kevin Owens look a little, you know, weaker?
Just do a distraction roll up.
Personally, no. I mean, can you really hurt Kevin Owens at this point?
I mean, I think the better finish would have been not to use the brass knuckle spot.
Brass knuckles.
Have Kevin Owens just snap and beat the shit out of him with the steel chair. If you want me to do a DQ finish, that's the way to do it.
Yeah, I like that one.
I mean, that was a good finish. Who did that? Wasn't it Roman and Seth that did that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good finish. I mean, that could have applied here.
Harold, was there any fiction you could have fixed in this?
You know what? To be honest with you, I quite enjoyed the match. For what it was. The finish was not the greatest, but I enjoyed the match for what it was. Like I mentioned earlier, I was watching with some friends and family, and my brother-in-law actually mentioned, you know, what's the big deal with Logan Paul? You know, what people keep saying how good he is. You know, what's the deal? My brother, being a casual fan, catches up with the AEW here and there. And I told him about 2 minutes into the match, I said, does this feel like a celebrity versus a wrestler? And he was like, what do you mean? And I was like, have you noticed anything that looked out of the ordinary? And he was like, no. And I was like, that goes to show you how good Logan Paul is in that ring. He's comfortable enough to where a casual fan, and not just a casual fan, myself included, the match felt fine. The match flowed perfectly. It was built well. Kevin Owens, like Rob kind of mentioned, can't really do any wrong at this point. But working with Logan Paul, the athleticism of Logan Paul, the passion Logan Paul puts into it, I feel like it was a great match. The ending was not the greatest, but I felt it was a good enough match to kind of overshadow that.
That split spot though, please don't ever do that again.
Hey, never again, never again. Oh, you may.
No split.
But yet. So, I mean, to talk about the finish really quick, because, we talked about the positives, got to go negative real fast. So, the negative was one of Logan Paul's buddies pretty much hops the barricade. And it kind of felt like a shoot for a little bit, because everybody's like, well, wait a minute, what the fuck are you doing?
This was historic.
And then to make matters worse, he's like, but I know Pat. Okay? That's like, what the fuck? That just makes no sense. But I know that guy, so, I mean, I should just come in because I know that guy. Like, that's fucking stupid. So security pretty much manhandles this guy. Out comes Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. I think it was Grayson Waller hands brass knucks to Logan Paul. Kevin Owens sees it, uses them against him after the ref had seen them on the hand of Logan Paul. But then so Kevin Owens hits him, goes down for the pin. Goes to count the 1, 2, 3. Kevin still has him on his hand. The guy ignores it for the first 2 seconds that he made the count, by the way. And then all of a sudden, he's like, hey, that's not a ring. Ring the bell. Like, the incompetence of referees. I understand that, like, they're terrible. But, I mean, that's where, like, the fact that we watch different wrestling comes into play. This kind of shit wouldn't happen in Japan. You know what I mean? Because they take that shit seriously. It would totally happen in Mexico. Because they want to get themselves over. You know what I mean? But that's fucking Lucha Libre for you.
The ref would probably supply the brass knucks, to be honest.
Exactly. He probably would have pulled them out of his back pocket. Probably would have seen a little $20 exchange at the end anyway. But it's just, it was a fucking buzzkill. Because I'm with you, dude. I was having so much fun. The pace was good. It felt good. And then it just ended like a sack of shit. So... it is what it is.
I mean, Kevin did kind of redeem it by saying, yeah, that's cool. It's cool. It's cool. And then proceeds to go in the ring and beat the crap out of him.
That was fantastic.
That was great.
He's all telling some fan, it's all good. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. And then he bum rushes the fuck out of him. Glorious shit. So, to finish this off, we go with the Rumble. Yeah, because, that's how it was 4 matches, 4 hours, which was just... But then they also had commercial breaks and all that other stuff, and long commercial breaks at that. So...
I don't have
they
Peacock
let this
Premium.
thing drag them. They... son of a gun. So... men's Rumble match. We start out with Jey Uso and number 2... Jimmy Uso, the brother. So, I'm pretty sure this might be one of those matches we see at Mania, whether we like it or not. I mean, they kind of already built the shit out of it right here, so we'll go from there. We did get Grayson Waller. I absolutely hate that man. He is just he's the drizzling shits, boys. He's the drizzling shits. Andrade has finally returned to the WWE. We figured that was going to happen. Well, it happened right here in the Rumble. What more of a better time to do so than right now? Carmelo Hayes coming up from NXT, giant pop. I popped for sure. I know Rob popped. Mm-hmm. So it's like he's a great guy.
Great guy.
Great.
Up and coming kid. I'm glad for him. If you got spots for him, push him because he's got it. All right, kid's got it.
Amen.
Shinsuke comes in at 6. We get Santos Escobar carrying Cross with his I don't know what the fuck this hairdo is. It just drives me fucking bananas. Dirty Dominic Mysterio, who I've never in my life heard somebody be booed as much as this man.
Boy,
it is so much fun. It's so much fun.
And he has gotten so much better.
That's the beauty of getting over in the best way is you're getting a lot of ring time against a lot of good people. And look at who he's working with. You know what I mean? Finn, look at the guys Finn helped make better in Japan.
It's true.
Like, come on. It's
very true.
Speaking of Finn, well, he comes in all the way at 16. But anyway, keep going at 10. Carlito comes in. No real love for Carlito, but I love him, man. That's my man's right there. Bobby Lashley comes back. People love, hate him. His fucking spear is garbage. Ludwig Kaiser, Austin Theory, Finn Balor again at 14. Cody Rhodes, number 15, comes in. We'll talk about him in a minute. Bronson Reed, who's I had no idea he was on Raw. I had no idea Bronson Reed was on Raw. I had no idea he was still with this company. Not even gonna lie.
Cody.
Kofi Kingston comes in after him. Gunther at 18, who we all thought might be the guy to win it all. Ivar after him. Braun Breaker, another come up from NXT. Happy to see him in there. I think he, as DC pointed out beautifully, pretty much taking the spot of Brock Lesnar, which, if y'all had listened to the past episode, first off, thank you. And second off, you probably know why he ain't hanging out right now.
Ta-da.
That's right. Omos comes back. I don't even know if he's even with this company because I don't know. Pat McAfee does the whole announcer thing. Literally walks in, decides, I don't want to do this, and then walks right back out, which was kind of cool, kind of scary, and then he's defending himself the entire time. So it was a very, very well done comedy spot. JD McDonough, as Fletch says, and I will forever say it from now on. R-Truth, who gets a pop, even though he got kicked out of the women's match. The Miz comes in. I don't hate The Miz, you know. Like I've always said to Daz, I don't hate The Miz, and it's all thanks to the goddamn television show, Miz and Mrs. It's kind of actually really good. Damian Priest in your Money in the Bank at 26, CM Punk at 27, who I have to admit, being the guy that we're not a big fan of, at least I know I'm not. Probably Rob can give a shit, Harold can give a shit. He didn't look too damn bad. Fucking bastard. Ricochet comes in at 28. Drew McIntyre at 29, and we're hoping for somebody. We're hoping for Uncle Dewey. We're hoping for The Rock at 30. And it was Sami Zayn. Bit lackluster, to say the least. But it goes down onto it. Cody Rhodes wins back-to-back. The first guy in over a decade. The first guy since Stone Cold Steve Austin.
2 decades.
2 decades, thank you, sir. No, what did they say? A quarter century to make it sound even better.
26 years.
26 years.
26 fucking years, bud.
Jesus.
You go back to back. First guy since Stone Cold. He's pointing right at Roman Reigns, and it looks like that's the one we're going to get. So Sports Illustrated can shove it with their leaks. We already know what the main event of WrestleMania, at least probably night 2 is. So, thoughts on the Rumble match? Was it just a Rumble match? Did it tickle your fancy in a fun way?
I'm glad to see Andrade back.
I was sports entertained.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I was sports entertained.
Sports entertained. I love the sports entertained.
Yeah, it was what it was. I mean, nothing big happened, really. Nothing crazy. Which, I mean, I don't know what I expected. I guess I maybe expected a few more surprises, but it wasn't bad for what it was. CM Punk and Cody at the end really got a pop.
That was a bit of a shocker.
Watch party here. We weren't cheering for either of those guys,
And neither were we.
Booing them actively until it came between Cody and CM Punk, and everybody became a Cody fan in this house. We said,
Yeah,
"Get
right.
that boy out of here!"
Get him out
And
of
guess
here.
what? He did it.
The
He
Coadster.
did it.
The Coadster wins it. Oh, God. Okay, so I think that just kind of leaves this to be beautifully said and to go on. I know it's already a prediction 2+ months away. But does Corey finish the story?
No.
Or do they fuck him over again?
One more time.
Fuck him over.
One more
Oh,
time.
God.
One more time.
He's the first guy to win 3 Rumbles in a
They're
row.
gonna make this a thing.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Well, if he's gonna break Hogan's record, he's gonna have to wait till next year. Because he'll break I think it's Royal Rumble of next year. That's when he'll break the record.
Damn.
Yeah. So
Now, hear me out. The reason why I'm not totally convinced yet. When was the last time we got a big WrestleMania moment?
when the Hardy Boys came back.
Yeah, that was a real good pop. I don't know.
I was
if
gonna
it's
say, I was
as
like,
big
that
as
was like
it's
a big
gonna be
pop. I don't know
as
about
this will.
And then you think before
Be
that, we had WrestleMania 30 with the streak breaking.
And be
Yeah.
dry.
Yeah.
Almost
So
overshadowed.
that's
in a
how
way.
long? 10 years?
So what I'm saying is, we don't know. And we all thought Cena was going to break Ric Flair's record, right?
Oh, he tied it. So.
He tied it, but
It's close enough. No, it's not.
now, is this going to be a record that they don't break? Like Ric Flair's, where it just doesn't...
Well, I don't think Roman's breaking Bruno's record. That's for sure. Because
Oh, God, no.
Yeah. Better not.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
And what's the point? Like, there's no point. If Hogan was a number one, I would say, yeah, sure, why not?
Right.
But when there
I
is
think I'm
such
with you
a
on that.
huge difference between Hogan and Bruno, to me, there's no point.
Yeah,
not at all.
And I think it's two contrasting eras of wrestling. Bruno represents when it was more legit. It was, you got to beat me to take this title off of me. As compared to pro wrestling as it evolved into the scripted event where, it was you go over, he goes under, which Hogan is as far as it goes in that. So, makes sense.
yeah, absolutely.
So I would not be shocked to see Cody finally do it.
I'm more inclined to lean with DC. I feel like I only feel like that because of all of the rumors that had gone around earlier last year about Roman hanging it up, Roman needing to go away, wanting to go towards Hollywood, whatever his ordeal was. It was time for him to walk away, and on top of that, this being a new era, if you really want it to be a new era, again, as I'm going to harp on the words of Triple H that he just said during his press conference about it being a new era and it feeling like a new era, in order to actually make it a new era, you have to make the ultimate change. And that ultimate change starts with your your Universal World Heavyweight Champion, which I don't understand how you'd be Universal and World. I think I just fucked that up. And anyway, that's not the point. The point of the matter is it's time for Roman to give it up. Whether he ends up going away or he just gives it up, it's time for it to change hands. And preferably Corey finishing the story, as we keep calling him, as we used to call him Corey Streets back in the AEW days. That's why you're fucking curious as all holy hell what the hell I'm talking about. So I think it's warranted, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I can also see how they could totally screw him over and maybe have somebody else win it. Or, and this is another one of these ones, because we kept talking about The Rock coming back, and he keeps talking about the head of the table, and I do not think he was talking about the board of directors table. Do you think, and then this is what, Perth, Australia, there's that one, and then there's going to be Saudi Arabia. Both of those two are going to happen before WrestleMania. Do you think, out of just the curveball of life being Triple H, do you think he drops it in an international area to The Rock, and then they just have Roman versus Cody at WrestleMania? Or Cody versus The Rock? Do you think they'll change up the whole fucking game just for Uncle Dewey?
No.
No?
Nah.
No, not change the game.
Here's a thought. What if you have Cody just about, and I'm thinking a rehash of WrestleMania 31, when you think Roman was going to beat Brock, what happens? You get a cash in.
Ah, yes.
You have Priest cash in. You have Priest pin Roman.
That'd be kind of cool.
And then
Kind of like that.
you have Cody, and ultimately this leads to a Cody heel turn. And he just snaps.
I don't know about the last part of it, but I don't hate it though. I don't hate it. I do think that all options right now are open.
Definitely.
Especially when it comes down to the love of Roman. So.
Big.
But anyway, again, Royal Rumble 4 hours is going to be the only real, that and the ending to the U.S. title match are the only real two complaints I got. We're on a good road to WrestleMania. I can only really see where we're going from here. It's going to be a little shocking that we're going to be covering a little bit more WWE coverage since it's a little easier to watch these days. That's for damn sure. But that's about it. It was fun. We had fun. Holy crap! I can't believe we can actually say that we had fun with a WWE show, but we did.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I'm not gonna lie. I expected a little more.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd say if we were
Rumble.
gonna have to grade it, I'd give it about a 7 out of 10, which is a solid event. It was enjoyable. It was fun. I expected a little more, especially from this being the first completely McMahon-free era.
Ultimately McMahon free.
Triple H running it, no interference from McMahon at all. It was a solid show. It was enjoyable. I'm not
How
knocking
many
it at
chicken
all.
parms?
Well, I
How
mean, I
many
like that. A
chicken
7
parms?
out of 10.
How many chicken parms you giving this show?
Out of
Chicken
5,
parms, I love
I'm
it.
gonna give it a 3 and a quarter.
3 and a quarter chicken palm.
Out of 5.
3 and a quarter chicken palm.
Yeah, I mean,
Fried
I
chicken
agree
palm.
with Harold. It was definitely a 7 out of 10. I'm kind of on the same boat that I did expect a little more, but for what we got, it was pretty good. There was definitely a bunch of cool highlights. You know, Jordan Grace, Jade finally debuting,
Yeah.
Naomi coming back, Andrade coming back.
Yep.
Still not a fan of CM Punk and probably never will be.
Nope.
But it is what it is. It was a good show, and I think this was definitely on the right foot to WrestleMania. So,
Hell yeah.
I
many chicken
honestly, I'd give it a solid B minus. You know,
That's
if
not
we're
how
giving
many
it a
chicken
letter
palm.
grade,
Going so many different grading levels
We
here.
had the 7. We had the out of 10. Then we had the chicken palm.
and the palms.
And now it's fucking Mrs. Fields' English class.
I give it 4 chicken palms and some prosciutto.
Hey,
hey, how you
come
doing?
on with it.
You know, I'd give it
A little gabagool.
I'd give it a half dozen chicken wings.
We're fucking off the rails, Jesus
there's-
Christ.
You're talking to a Buffalo guy.
I'm keeping the pineapple on my pizza. I don't give a damn.
Oh,
Hey, I don't blame you. That shit's good.
I can't.
My man.
Can't do it. These boys are questionable. Debatable. All right, maybe a different day for a
It's
different
another
time.
show
You know
for
what?
another
One of these
time.
days. You know what? We have great topics anyway, so fuck it, might as well throw that on one day. Let's see how that one goes. But I'm in the total agreement with y'all. 7 out of 10, 3 and a quarter chicken palm, if you will, extra sauce. I like it saucy. But yeah, it's the fucking Rumble, man. It's the Rumble. I expected more. Where's Uncle Dewey? Where's fucking X-Pac? You know, give me some randos. You know what I mean? I know that there were some old heads out there you could have called to make a rando appearance. I know that there was some like random indie kid you can bring in just cause, you know what I mean? Just there's stuff you could have done diddly did, but you didn't do it, and it's fine.
Yeah.
So you get it's an all right pay-per-view. We appreciate it being on the better side than on the Vince side, and that was the other reason why I expected more. You know,
That was one of the reasons why- Too Cold Scorpio wasn't doing nothing. You could have gave him a call.
Come on.
Chris
Hey,
Masters.
He was in Buffalo last weekend.
Was he?
There you go. You know, Tama Tonga's free agent hanging out. You could have brought him in. There's things that could have been done better, especially with all the negative that we had to cover prior to this damn show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cover it up some more. At least that's my personal
Yeah,
opinion. You
make
could have
me
covered it up
forget.
a little bit better. Put a prettier bow on it. You know what I'm saying? Do the thing with the fucking scissors and make it curly. You know what I'm saying? Could have did better. But it is what it is. So, before we get on up out of here, let's talk about what's happening with the boys. You know, again, we've been killing it. This is episode 4 dropping this week. Fucking, the Max Wrestling site has been going nuts. The shorts have been going nuts. We appreciate y'all watching that one. Jiminy Christmas, almost over 4,000 views on the shorts over the whole Vince McMahon scandal. Don't trip more. Them shorts are coming. We know how y'all like the shorts. Soon to be on the TikToks as well. So I'm rambling forever. Speaking of TikToks and socials and all the other fun stuff, Rob, I'm pretty sure you guys just got done recording you, Mike and Nicola. What's the haps on that?
We did have to postpone that particular one, but we are going to come back. We're going to cover the NXT show next week. So deep into the heart of wrestling with myself, the Demoness Nico McDonald, and Mike Larkin, will be up on Mike's YouTube channel, so go check that out. I do want to point out, as the stat man, this is our 4th show of the year. We've already covered 25% of what we did last year. We did 16 shows last year. We're already at the 25% mark. So we are killing it. Any of my socials, Linktree / Hey It's Rob, come say hi to your boy. We can talk about chicken parm.
Chick Pam.
Hey.
Harold, tell me you got a chicken parm place. Tell me you got a place for good chicken parm.
You know what? The last time I had a really good chicken parm was in Carmine's, Times Square, New York City.
Oh, damn.
The
Oh, yeah,
heart
it
of
better
all.
fucking be good all the way out there.
You know what? It's a touristy spot, but it hits the spot. But you know what? I do have some good news. Greystone is dropping this Friday. Greystone Mansion.
Hey.
We did a tour. You getting it all. This is a famous Hollywood film location. It's covered everything from music videos, movies, TV shows, just like the Too Sweet Click Adventures on YouTube, Instagram. Hit us up. We love you. Too sweet.
Get you a bar. Episode 3, 4, 5. What are we on now with the pile driver pundit there, DC?
4 was recorded
4,
just
baby.
today. Got the doing the edits, all that fun stuff. Should be dropping
baby.
as soon as YouTube takes its sweet time with finalizing all that good stuff. Should be hopefully tomorrow.
Hey, there it is. The content is dropping all over the web, all over the YouTubes, whether it be Max Wrestling, Mike Larkin's page, right there on Too Sweet Click Adventures. We got to check all this content out because it's coming at you rapid fast, and guess what, folks? We ain't going nowhere. I don't think we have too much to cover in the next coming weeks. I do know for sure.
Knock on wood.
Knock on wood.
You never know.
Yeah. Well, then again, you know what? In all reality, I think as much as we covered the downfall of the lawsuit itself, we got to talk about what the potential true impact of all McMahons finally out of the WWE. So you know what? We'll probably be back sometime later next week for y'all with that little topic right there. We'll jump onto that one. But then until then, probably nothing until Revolution. Hopefully nothing until Revolution. So we'll get a nice break. Y'all get a nice break from us. You know, we'll be able to focus on other content, but do not fear. The Too Sweet Click is here for your listening pleasure. So we're going to let y'all go right now. Y'all, hope y'all enjoyed this. Have a great Sunday. Kiss your family, love your loved ones, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Too sweet, boys. Get on up out of here.